Alright, hi guys, I'm back again, Previctor here. Today I'm going to be talking about base currency as well as quote currency. So welcome to my Forex channel. Now, what is base currency and what is quote currency? If you know what is base currency and what is quote currency, it will be really easy for you to take information from a currency strength meter and apply it to your charts, right? So what happens usually, you wake up in the morning, in the afternoon, whatever time you wake up, you look at the screen and there is the screen. What do you see? Some people might be able to tell that the chart is going up, right? Some might be able to tell the chart is going down, or it might be mix of both. But then what is really happening? What is going up and what is going down? You need to know this information. And if you know what is base currency and what is quote currency and how do they play on the charts, it's going to be easy for you to tell what is going up, what is weaker, or what is stronger. With that being said, I'm not going to talk much. I'm just going to jump right into the screen so that you have a visual understanding of what I'm talking about. All right, so here I'm looking at a chart. This is Tradingview that you can use to access trading charts. These are live trading charts. So whether you're on a demo or you're on a live account, you'll be seeing the same thing. Right. So now you open your charts, you're looking at the screen. What do I see? Right. I can clearly see, or I can clearly tell that this is, right, a downtrend, or the market is going down on this chart. Right. Now, what chart is it? This is pound yen. So what is actually happening here? The chart is going down, but what is really happening is that the base currency is losing strength against the quote currency. Now, one thing I need you to be aware of, I need you to pay attention to, is this is the placement of a base currency and then the placement of a quote currency. All right, the base currency is always first, followed by the quote currency. Right, so this is how they place them, like that. So whatever is happening to this chart is happening to the base currency, and the opposite of that is happening to the quote currency. Right, now if you look above here, this is where you see the pair, or which currencies are combined to make a pair. So right on top here, on or your left, top left, is where you find your currency. Right now, this chart is going down. So what is really going down? What is really going down here is the pound. So this means the pound is losing strength against the yen. So if the base currency, which is the pound, is losing strength, that means the yen is getting stronger. Right now, if I was to look at a currency strength meter and then it tells me that pound is stronger than yen, right? Before I even jump into that chart, I already know how the chart looks, right? Before I even think of coming to the screen, I already know what to expect from that chart. Now, let me show you what I mean by you look at a currency strength meter and then you determine what is happening to a chart. Now, let's say the base currency is the pound and then the quote currency is the US dollar, right? If I jump into that chart, what I'm going to see is that this chart is going to be bearish once again. Why? Because the base currency here is weaker than the quote currency. Now let's have a look at that and see how does that look. Now I'm going to jump into my charts one more time. Navigate. Okay, there is pound yen. Now you can clearly see that the chart is bearish. Okay, before you open the charts, I would highly advise you look at a currency strength meter first. Once you do that, you screen through this. I'll also teach you on the next video on how to find the best pair using your currency strength meter. Right now, by the time you get to your charts, you already have an understanding of what is weak and what is not. Because what happens is, most of the times people, they go straight to the charts to realize that there is this big candles flying up or there's this red candles dropping down, and then you start panicking, just wanting to throw your money into the market. But then, do you have the background of what is happening? Which currency is actually weaker across, across all major currencies, and which one is stronger, and so forth. But if you actually go over to your currency strength meter, do this kind of analysis, by the time you get to the chart, you already know, okay, my pound is the base currency and it's weaker than the US dollar for the day. Say Aussie yen. Okay, so let's say Australian dollar yen, right? If I were to pay Australian dollar with the Japanese yen, when I get there, I'm gonna find that chart bearish, right? Why? Because the base currency is weak. Now, what I'm trying to say here is that anything that is happening to the chart, it's happening to the base currency. And the opposite of that is happening to the court currency, right? Now, I'm gonna make an example by going into the charts. So let's say Aussie yen, right? So in my mind, I'm expecting the chart to be bearish because the base currency is weak. And then the opposite of that is the court currency, which is the yen. So that means the Japanese yen is stronger, right? Now always keep that in mind. It's always the court currency is always the opposite of the base currency. So if I say Aussie yen, there we have Aussie yen. All right. Now, just like I said, the chart is bearish. Why? Because what's happening is that the court currency is stronger than the base currency, or the base currency is weaker than the court currency. And this is indicated by the currency strength meter right here, right? We do see that the Australian dollar is bearish and then the Japanese yen is bullish. Now, when the two are paired together, creates a chart where the Australian dollar is weaker than the Japanese yen. Right. So you see how powerful this is. Before you even think of going to look at the charts, you already know what is happening to the chart. Now, the only thing I need to do here is to find my trading setup, wait for my entry, and then take a shot. Right. So this is really important, guys. You need to know what is the base currency and you need to know what is a court currency, because sometimes I get someone comes to me and goes, did you look at the euro yen? Looks like the chart is going down. Looks like. That means you don't know what is actually going down. You don't know whether it's going down or you don't know whether it's going up. But if you know what is weaker and you know what is stronger, you wouldn't tell me it looks like. You would tell me that the US dollar is stronger than whatever currency. And then, or you would tell me something like the Australian dollar is weaker than the Japanese yen. Now, by the time I go to that chart, I already know what to expect. But because you don't know what is happening to the currencies indicated on the charts, you would say, well, it looks like. But then if I ask you, what is weaker? What is stronger? If you don't know what is the base currency or what is the court currency, none of that would make sense, right? So this is really important, guys. Once again, this is how you see on the charts, right? Base currency is the first on when they combine them together. Base currency is the first, and then followed by the court currency, which is the second here. Right now, I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna keep this video as short as possible. If you have any questions or if you think I left out something, I'm more than happy to have you comment in the comment section below. And if you like me to explain more, if you have questions on what I've just shared, again, same thing in the comment section, or you can find me on Instagram. Just type in Previctor and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions or if you need me to explain anything further. Right.